Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight on the program, round number 15 of the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League. And tonight we come to a 3 at the mile racetrack, Lanier National Speedway. As drivers' briefing has already happened, we've got practice on the tracks at the moment, and then we'll shortly move into our opening of 6 heat races on the program tonight. We've got another good showing of drivers. We're looking at about 54, 55 drivers that have made their way into the Lanier National Speedway's pit road. Just going to bring up some of the drivers on the racetrack and get a somewhat of a closer look at how they're progressing here. Now these drivers, each driver, bit of a format for you guys, for the people that might just be joining us here for the first time. The way that the format works is hot laps. Well, you only get 10 hot laps in total. Once you do the 10 laps, you are asked to get off the racetrack. If you do any more than 10, you will be given an EOL in your heat race or potentially removed from the race server. There'll be no qualifying. There'll be randomized heat race draws. And it is all about the passing points format. The more cars you pass, the more points you will gain, as the top 3 will automatically lock themselves into our 40-lap main event here tonight. And the way that they'll line up, well, the first 8 positions, before that, we'll run a pole shuffle. And then, of course, once that pole shuffle has been run, that'll points-wise from 9th through to 18th, passing points and finishing points combined. And that's for the top 3 only from the respected heat races. Everybody else will come through the B mains. I believe we're going to have 3 B mains on the program, where the top 2 will go through. Or if we have 2 B mains, the top 3, and it'll make up a 24-car field. Now those B main positions will be from 19 to 24. We'll have 8-lap heat race distances, and I believe we'll have 10 or 12-lap B main distances. Again, 2-lap pole shuffle races, 7 of those to determine the pole sitter for tonight's 40-lap main event. And after tonight, officially halfway through the season, 15 rounds completed out of the 30. And we've seen some unbelievable, some fantastic racing over the past 14 weeks so far. Check out more information about the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League. You can head to midgetsuperleague.com. Coming up down there in the middle of your screen. You can check out the schedules, the standings. The standings coming into tonight. Harry Stewart leads by just a mere 58 points over Bradley Oldfield. Aaron Kelly rounds out the top 3. He is just 165 points behind Harry Stewart at this stage. And looking at passing points, Stewart has picked up 275 passing points. Bradley Oldfield's picked up 271. Aaron Kelly's picked up 262. And of course, coming off Eldora, I think it was last week. It was. Unofficially, well, Joel Berkeley got the win, but however, just due to the fact that an incident between him and Caden Brown during a B main means that Joel Berkeley, in fact, raced for no points, but still got the win after the 35-lap distance. And you go back to Kokomo a couple of weeks ago, where Bradley Oldfield picked up the win, then Caden Brown got a win. We took a week off. Lonaville Speedway, Aaron Kelly picked up the win before Joel Berkeley got the win in the previous week in round number 10 at the Williams Grove Speedway. So the last time that an American has won has been Hayden Cardwell, and he come off a 3-race win streak. Alright, so bit of a driver's briefing just going on at the moment. And let's go through and take a look at some of the times for our top 20 drivers, top 18 in fact. Oh, there we go. Top 22. Damon Mush, 13.672. Bob King with the 13.688. Bradley Oldfield, Harry Stewart, Brandon Thomas. Drivers rounding out the top 5. Then Darcy Wilson, Callum Davidson, Justin Stoles, Kobe Dent, Kane Della. Round out the top 10. But again, this, well, it doesn't really matter too much because this is just hot lapping time at the moment. Again, there'll be no qualifying. Again, tonight we are live across Facebook and YouTube. On Matt Hill. We'll give a shout out to Matt Hill as well. Congratulations, buddy. Watching at home with a newborn daughter. Congrats, buddy. Hope everything is A-OK. Heat race number 1. Getting set to take to the racetrack right now. Let's take a look. It's your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Heat race number 1. The Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League here at Lanier National Speedway. Starting on pole in caliber 84, Jamie Higgs. To the outside of the front row, that's Darcy Wilson out of position number 2. Harley Smee going to line up out of position number 3. Brad Pascoe will start position number 4. Justin Stoles will start position 5. On the outside of him, the Seller Motorsports Sim Sports entry of Josh Barry will start position number 6. Craig Sherman will start position 7. Graham Smith will start position number 8. Bo Oldfield will start position 9. And the TJS Sim Sports Tyler Stralo will start position number 10. That's your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. That's why I've got this opportunity. Of course, a big thanks to the people behind the scenes here with the Midget Super League, of course, and all their sponsors. Rush Sim Racing, 87 Creative, Cush Clothing Company, and all the admin team, the points guys that look after the points, Steve, Daz. There's a whole list of people behind the scenes that make all this possible. Alan, everybody at the Midget Super. Of course, a big shout out to our own sponsors at Wicked Cushion and World of Thunder Racing League. Once again, supporting us here at Ultimate Dirt TV, live across Facebook and YouTube tonight. And also on the iRacing Live front page as well. Go to iracing.com/live. We're on there. And looking forward to a great night of racing here at Lanier National Speedway. Drivers being given the 1 to green signal. Joshua Barry's just pulled up there. He's gone back to pit road. He must have some sort of issue. Harley Smee did not grid. So that's going to take 2 cars out of contention. Let's take a look. Here we go. Heat race number 1 of 6 of the night. Joshua Barry. Wow, what an absolute shocker to start his campaign off. Here we go. Out of turn number 4. Higgs and Wilson. Higgs in the 84. Wilson in the number 1 machine as they go down into turn number 1 and 2. There's a bit of contact with Craig Sherman as he tries to force his way up on the inside. Right now, Darcy Wilson going to lead down into turn number 3 and 4. That'll complete lap number 1 of 8. Jamie Higgs rides in second, then you go back to Brad Pascoe in third. Pascoe on the 15 machine. Tyler Stralo making his way through in the 51 machine. And here he comes, the 15 of Pascoe on the inside. Not going to be able to make the pass. Look at the 84 of Bo Oldfield around the outside at a turn number 4. Lap number 3 is in the books, and right now we've got a battle on for positions number 3, 4, and 5. And this is for the final transfer spot. 3 wide down the back straight away. Oldfield on the top. Slide job by Justin Stoles. Pascoe was through the middle. He'll now cut it back down to the low side out of turn 4. As Justin Stoles had the 3rd and final transfer spot. Slider. Pascoe. Stoles. Crossover down the back straight away. Oldfield and Tyler Stralo. As we've got nearly a battle on for the race leaders. Jamie Higgs is closing in right now on Darcy Wilson. 2.5 to run. There's contact. Pascoe into the left rear of Justin Stoles at a turn number 2. Meanwhile, Wilson cut down line out of turn number 4 and just in front of Jamie Higgs. What can Higgs do here in the final couple of laps? Right now, it's all Darcy Wilson out in front. White flag is in the air. 1 lap left to run here in heat race number 1. Wilson and Higgs going to run 1 and 2 down into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag is out. Darcy Wilson with the win. Jamie Higgs home in second. Justin Stolz home in that third and final transfer spot. Everybody else going to one of 3 B mains on the program. We're about to bring up those heat race number 1 results for you right now. Let's take a look. Darcy Wilson getting the job done ahead of Jamie Higgs and Justin Stiles. Again, no change to our top 3. Bo Oldfield in 4th, Graham Smith 5th, Craig Sheeran 6th, Brad Pascoe 7th, Tyler Stralo 8th, Joshua Barry, who unfortunately didn't get to complete a lap. Let's take a quick break and fix something up here. Heat race number 2, let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Alan Solett going to start on pole. To the outside of him, that'll be James Halliburton. Callum Davidson lines up out of position number 3. Aaron Kelly out of position 4. Matthew Hurd out of position number 5. Then we're back to Todd Atkins out of position 6. Ethan Cooper out of position 7. Jacob Dixon out of position number 8. And a couple of Americans to round out the 10-car field. JD Laird out of position number 9. And Josh Flood lines up out of position number 10. So we hope that the cameras the camera angles a little bit more focused in right now for you drivers. Heat number 2, Solett and Halliburton on the front row. Here we go. 8 on the board. Green flag is out. Keep an eye on Kelly. He'll go to the middle though, make it 3 wide. There's some contact down into turn number 1 and 2. And we got Jacob Dixon upside down. Meanwhile, Solid up on the inside onto Kelly. They'll 4 wide through turn number 3 and 4. They'll go back out to 3 and 2 wide down the front straight away. Todd Atkins now up on the inside, 3 wide through 1 and 2 again. Solid through the middle, but Aaron Kelly has got the run on the outside in the DMS Sim Sport number 18 machine for LG Contracting. Kelly leads from Atkins, and you go back to Solett and Callum Davidson in 4th. Ethan Cooper rounds out the top 5. So it's all about gaining the most positions. Right next to the name, that's how many positions these drivers have advanced or lost. The battle on for 3rd, 4th and 5th once again. Couple of United Sim Sports drivers as Davidson sliding to the middle of the racetrack as Solid looks to get around on the outside, but Callum Davidson going to move back into position number 3. Now slide up in front of Solid. Solid gets off the gas from running into the back of the number 17 machine, and Ethan Cooper advancing a couple of positions. Meanwhile, it's Aaron Kelly and Todd Atkins out in front, 1st and 2nd, advancing 3 and 4 positions right now. Davidson looking to transfer into the show. As there goes Cooper with a move on Alan Solid there. Solid hard into the wall. Halliburton has moved up to position number 4, but again right now, 4th on back. It's all for a bit of bragging rights at the moment. White flag is out. Heat race number 2, the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League, Lanier National Speedway. Into 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag is out. Aaron Kelly gets the win. 2nd will go to Todd Atkins. 3rd will see Callum Davidson. Those 3 drivers, they should be transferring to our main event as long as there's been no post-race penalties handed out to either one of those 3 drivers. Let's just make sure that it is Kelly, Atkins and Davidson, and it is Halliburton, Flood, home in 4th and 5th, Hurd, Dixon, Solett, Cooper and JD Laird, the 10 drivers now to compete in heat race number 2. Heat race number 3, let's take a look at how they line up with your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. The TJS Sim Sports number 14, Boyd Bowden, will start on pole. To the outside of him, Daniel Gow out of position number 2. For Tank SRT, that'll be Blake Walsh out of position 3, Lachlan Horton out of position number 4. Bailey Barnicat lines up out of position number 5, and the United Sim Sports of Harry Stewart and the points leader coming into tonight will start position number 6. Joel Berkeley going to start position number 7, last week's feature winner, with the DMS Sim Sports of Lockie Beattie out of position number 8. Hayden Cardwell will roll off out of position number 9, and Clayton Davies out of position number 10. Couple of fast cats in this one. Couple of names to keep an eye on. Of course, Harry Stewart, Joel Berkeley, Beattie, Cardwell, and Davies. And they're going to be fun to watch from the back. Lockie Horton looks like he's sitting back there on pit road, and unfortunately, he will not be able to make it out for his heat race because pits are closed, and once you're in the pits, you're not allowed to come back out. Good job, Floody. Good job, buddy. So Boyd Bowden and Daniel Gow on the front row. A couple of these Tinder cars. Now we've got the Berkeley in the 9 machine. He's got the black mud covers, and Cardwell's in the 7. He's got the pink rims on that car. That's how you can tell those cars apart. Good luck, Floody. Heat race number 3. 6 heat races on the program. Now, if we're running, again, there's another bloke that normally joins us here on a Wednesday night. Yes, James Rice. He's been given the night off. Green flag is out. Bowden sliding up to the top side. Daniel Gow back in 2nd. Here comes Stewart. He got by Walsh and now will slide up. Daniel Gow getting a little sideways as here comes Berkeley up on the inside, and keep an eye on Barnacote as well. Above the slick as Berkeley goes to throw a slide job. Whoa, not the right time to have those issues there, Berkeley. So the battle on right now for the final transfer spot, and there is 5 cars fighting for that one final transfer position as Bowden leads Stewart. Berkeley with a slide job on Barnacote. Barnacote trying to come back at him now down on the inside. Berkeley smart enough to shut the door down into turn number 3 and 4. Meanwhile, Beattie got by Hayden Cardwell, and Cardwell now finding himself in the thick of things as Barnacote and Berkeley goes around. And Lockie Beattie, well, he's rubbing his hands together right now, but a double slider from Walsh and Cardwell means Beattie's now going to have to come back to the inside. Cardwell trying to rail it upstairs down into turn number 1 and 2. Walsh gets off the gas. Beattie with a bit of a short slider into turn number 1 and 2. 5 down this time by Cardwell gets into the back of Beattie. Meanwhile, Boyd Bowden for TJS Sim Sports in the 51 machine, leading heat race number 3 and leading from the current points leader of the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League after 14 rounds. And again, Stewart has picked up 4 possessions. Meanwhile, Beattie still holding on to 5th, but here comes Cardwell with a big dive bomb down into turn number 3 and 4. It is on for the final position between Beattie and Cardwell. White flag is out. Final lap. 3 wide for a moment out of turn number 2. Into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. Boyd Bowden going to be victorious. Stewart 2nd. 3rd at the line. Oh, Cardwell does not get it. He caught the outside wall on the front straightaway. And Lockie Beattie going to transfer to your main event. Heat race number 3. Results coming up on your screen. The TJS Sim Sports number 51. Boyd Bowden gets the win ahead of the United Sim Sports of Harry Stewart in 2nd. And Lockie Beattie home in position number 3. Those 3 drivers, again, advancing straight through to our 40-lap main event. Everybody else, well, they're not going to pack it up just yet. They've got to go through one of 3 big mains on the program here tonight. We move into the second half of our heat races. Heat race number 4. Stuart Patterson lines up on pole to the outside of the front row. That'll be Joel Battelle. Lance Bainton will start position number 3. Brandon Thomas lines up out of position 4. Travis Castagna will start position 5. And Brendan Palmer will start position number 6. Rory Elson Beaumont will start position number 7. And Rodney Shute out of position number 8. Kobe Dent lines up out of position number 9 and to his outside, making up another 10-car field. That's Billy Hill. So above the racetrack here, in the Ultimate Dirt TV blimp above Lanier National Speedway, drivers are now been given the 1 to green signal. Patterson and Battelle on the front row. Heat race number 4 of 6. Top 3. Going through to the main event. Here we go. Green flag is out. We are underway. Oh, car going into the wall. I think that might be it is Brendan Palmer. They're 3 wide for the race leader. Oh, a bit of contact between Thomas and Battelle. Here comes Castagna up on the inside. Oh, look out. Cody Stidham getting involved in that one as well. Slide job by Thomas on Battelle. Battelle back to the inside. Side by side. Down the back straight away. Joel Battelle going to take back the race lead into out of turn number 4 at the start finish line. He'll have it by about a car length. Meanwhile, Stuart Patterson trying to hold on to that third and final transfer spot as Lance Bainton tries to get a hurry on in the racing.com number 10 Machiners. Meanwhile, Battelle back to the inside on Thomas as Palmer now. He's come back out of nowhere. He's now trying to throw his hat into the mix. Meanwhile, Rodney Shute tries to move, but it's Battelle and Thomas putting on an absolute show. Here in heat race number 4, 4 down, 4 to run. Bainton gets a little tight. He'll lose a spot to Brendan Palmer. Battelle to the top side. Thomas slider through 1 and 2 once again. Battelle back down low into turn number 3 and out of turn 4. He'll stay right above the slick stuff as he'll lead that lap comfortably. Goes right through the slick through turn number 1. Here comes Thomas. Thomas trying to get a run. In the 55, stays upstairs into turn number 3. The slider line just seems to be working. Meanwhile, battle on for third. Oh, Palmer and Patterson, they come together, and Palmer unfortunately finds himself around. Joel Battelle looking to move into the 40-lap main event. Just got one more circuit around Lanier National Speedway. Through the first 2 turns, A-OK, but here comes Brendan Thomas to the outside, trying to get a run out of turn number 4. Who's going to have it? It's going to be Battelle getting the win. Brendan Thomas home in second. Stuart Patterson home into position number 3. Lance Bainton comes home 4th. Rodney Shute rounds out the top 5. Billy Hill in 6th. Rory Elsom Beaumont 7th. Travis Castagna, Brendan Palmer, and Cody Dent to round out the 10 cars in heat race number 4. So it looks like we had 58 drivers signing into the pit area, but the top 3, Joel Battelle, Brendan Thomas, and the fast lane esports, Stuart Patterson, the 197, all going through to our main event. Round number 15 here at Lanier National Speedway. Heat number 5, let's take a look at how they line up. Kane Della will start on pole on the outside of the front row of Sean Rosa. Position number 3, that'll be Tyler McQuilkin. To the outside, that'll be Devon Stove out of position number 4. Bob King lines up out of position 5. Brad Gartner will start position 6. Tank SRT, that'll be Jared Steen out of position 7. Brandon Bain out of position 8. And Damon Mush out of position number 9. Lanier is always a fun racetrack to get around in the midgets, both to broadcast and also to race. Don't mind these elbows up, short little bull rings in the midgets. So that's just a look above in the chopper cam. Kane Della, Sean Rosa getting set to lead us to the green flag off turn number 4, this time by, again, of course, a big thanks to Rush Sim Racing. Here we go. Heat number 5, the penultimate heat race of the night. There's Kane Della getting a good start. We'll see what he can do here in heat race number 5. Bob King now moves into second. Jared Steen up 4 positions already. King trying to move Kane Della out of the way. What can Della reply with as Jared Steen runs the slider line down into turn number 3. King is your leader from Della. Della back to the inside with a big slide job. King turns underneath him. Meanwhile, Mush from the back of the bus from position number 9 up to position 4 at the moment. And Damon Mush would almost secure himself a front, well, at least front 4 row starting position. You would think that he would be one of the highest point scorers in the pole shuffle from passing points. Meanwhile, there is Della sliding in front of Steen. Steen got on the brakes, and Damon Mush nearly ran out of room. Done very well to pull that car up and keep it pointed in the right direction. Della a big slider line into 1 and 2 once again. Steenie running back there into position number 3. Here he comes. Working to the outside. Nearly drove it up into the outside concrete wall. 5 down, 3 to run. Heat race number 5 of 6 as here comes McQuilkin now trying to put some pressure on Jared Steen. Meanwhile, King out by about a 1.1 second advantage over Kane Della. 2 to run. Popsicle sticks are well out here at Lanier National Speedway. Della now starting to feel a little pressure here from the Tanked SRT number 91 machine of Jared Steen, but Della runs it deep down into turns 3, slides up as a bit of an opposite line there for Jared Steen as he'll now stay locked to the bottom side through turn number 1 and 2. Steenie looking to pick up position number 2. Here we go, battle for 2nd and 3rd. Out of turn number 4 this time by King will win 2nd at the line. It's a drag race. Oh, that was close. I think Kane Della may have just held on there. Well, held on, I should say. Heat race number 5. Another solid heat race here at Lanier National Speedway. Let's take a look. Bob King, Kane Della, and Jared Steen take the Tanked SRT number 91 straight through to the main event. Everybody else, once again, will be put into one of 3 B mains. So we move forward to our 5th and final heat race of the night here at the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League. Murray Howe going to start on pole. Cody Stidham will start position number 2. Position number 3, that'll be Darren Lord. United Sim Sports of Damien Butler will start position number 4. Position 5, that'll be Caden Brown. Followed by Bradley Oldfield in the United Sim Sports will start position at number 6. Elliot Osborne starts position 7, and Callan Arthur will start position at number 8. 57 drivers from my calculations. We had 4 heats of 10 cars. A 9, so that gives us 49. Plus 8 equals 57. Turns out you can do simple math. Heat race number 6. Tell you what, gotta say, let's touch a bit of wood here because the heat races have been fairly good. They've actually been pretty good. Let's see what can happen in the final heat race of the night. As already we go nearly 4 wide. Keep an eye on the TFH number 97 machine of Caden Brown. 4 wide down into turn number 3 and 4. Butler around the outside, and Butler going to hold on to position number 3. He'll now look for the slide job on Murray Howell into turn number 1 and 2. Howell quickly turns it back underneath him. They'll race side by side. Howell's got the momentum to slide it from the bottom to the top through turn number 3 and 4. Butler now has got a choice to make as Oldfield goes upstairs. So Oldfield, he is the defending Midget Super League champion. He's passed a number of cars. He's 271 points, I think I said earlier on, just 4 points behind Harry Stewart. Look at this battle on for 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th right now as Butler getting the advantage on the top side, but he'll drive it in a little too deep, and now that'll make that a 4-car to a 3-car, make that to a 2-car battle as Howe and Brown, a little rub of the wheels on the front straight away, but Brown and Oldfield now run 2nd and 3rd. Oh, a short slider there from Brown on Oldfield. Brown and Oldfield both advancing 3 positions right now. Just 5 cars left here in the final heat race of the night. Brown, look at that machine working up on the top side of the racetrack. Let's take a lap around Lanier National Speedway on board with Bradley Oldfield right now. We'll get the white flag this time by. Just see the distance between Oldfield, Brown and Stidham. I don't think that much is going to change here in this one. Oh, you knew it was coming. Oh, Brown caught the inside wall. Cody Stidham will win. Bradley Oldfield 2nd. And Darren Lord moves into position number 3. And for the second week in a row, poor old Caden Brown is going to have to come from one of the B mains. And there will be 3. Cody Stidham gets the win ahead of Bradley Oldfield from United Sim Sports and Darren Lord. Homie in that third and final transfer spot. Osborne, Brown, Howe, Butler and Arthur. You might even see a couple of those drivers in the first B main here tonight. Of course, B main number 1 going to be called the D main. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. "12 laps to distance, top 2 going through to the A main. Bo Oldfield and Lance Bates are going to start positions number 1 and 2. Graham Smith and Rodney Shute will start positions 3 and 4. Position number 5, that'll be Craig Sherman. Billy Hill will start position number 6. 4th row, we'll go back to Brad Pascoe, position number 7, and Rory Elson Beaumont will start position number 8. Tyler Stralo will start position number 9, and Brendan Palmer lines up out of position number 10. Joshua Barry will start position number 11 with Travis Castagna out of position 12 and Harley Smee scheduled to line up out of position number 13. And it does look like we have all 13 drivers fighting for 2 spots. Position number 19 and 22 is what is up for grabs here tonight. Pace track is in. 12 laps on the board. No yellows. Green flag is out. Through 1 and 2 we go. Oldfield leads Bainton. Bainton in the racing.com. That's the first one with no numbers on that car. But meanwhile, Graham Smith, now Brad Pascoe comes up in front of Bo Oldfield. Oldfield getting a little looser through turn number 1 and 2. Right now, Smith and Bainton. Sorry, now here comes Shute in the number 40 machine. But meanwhile, Brad Pascoe around the outside and trying to get 3rd position. But again, 3rd on back at the moment. It's all for a bit of bragging rights. The top 2 is where you want to be right now. Pascoe continues to work the cushion through turn number 3 and 4. Meanwhile, big slider there from Rodney Shute on the 24 of Graham Smith. Now Smith looking to slide up in front of Pascoe, but Pascoe's got a good run. Right through the centre of 1 and 2. We go down the back straight away. This will be 1/3 of the race distance complete. 4 down, 8 to run. And Lance Bainton right now holds on to the number 1 spot. Now the top 2, doesn't matter how many positions they gain, they will start 19th and 22. Because Brad Pascoe, he wants to go up 6 positions. What a good run from Pascoe. But he stuffs it into the fence. And Bainton had to take evasive action and cut it back to the inside, and they both lost some momentum, and that brings Graham Smith in the number 24 machine. He comes back into the picture right now as Smith comes back down through the middle of the racetrack. Low into turn number 1, slides up, Bainton back to the inside, good crossover, drag race as Smith looks to have about half a car length advantage out into turn number 3 and 4, a little looser on the exit of turn 4, and again that will give Lance Bainton back position number 2, but Smith throwing the slider again. Look at Bo Oldfield creeping into the mix right now, the number 84 machine. Run on the low side of the racetrack. Oh no, Smith into the wall and upside down. Lance Bainton, he's got a bit of breathing room right now. Meanwhile, Oldfield down low in the 84 machine. Tyler Stralo, the TJS Sim Sports number 51 machine. Right through the centre of turn number 3, sliding up to the cushion. Just 3 laps left to run here in B main number 1. Meanwhile, Oldfield coming back after Bainton through 1 and 2. He was good on the low side. Couple of different grooves right now happening here at Lanier National Speedway. 2 to run. Oh! Oldfield got tagged from behind by Stralo. And this battle right now for 2nd, 3rd, and we're even going to throw in 4th with Tyler Stralo. As Rodney Shute is in the mix as well. Harley Smee not too far away, but I think time is certainly on the side of Lance Bainton as Oldfield slides up. Stralo to the inside. Bainton comes back through the middle. What a race. Oh no. Shute that was into turns 3 and 4. Who's going to get it? It is on Slide Job City. Who will get the 2nd spot? Oh, Brad Pascoe officially going to win. Wow, what a finish there in B main number 1. Who will get the second and final transfer spot? We know Brad Pascoe. Well, it's safe to say he got the win in the number 15 car. Is it going to be Lance Bainton or Tyler Stralo? Let's find out. B main number 1 results coming up on screen. Lance Bainton by 0.022 of a second over Tyler Stralo. Tyler Stralo, unfortunately, going to miss out in tonight's 40-lap main event. For third on back, well, unfortunately, their nights are over. Their round 15 campaign has come to a halt. They will take no further part in any racing for the rest of the program. B main number 2, let's take a look at how they line up with James Halliburton starting on pole. On the outside of the front row, Tyler McQuilkin out of position number 2. Position at number 3, that'll be Josh Flood. To the outside of him, that'll be Damon Mush out of position 4. Matthew Hurd going to line up inside your third row. Position number 5 to the outside out of position 6, Brad Gardner. Jacob Dixon lines up out of position 7. Brandon Bain will start position number 8. Alan Soll will start position number 9 with Sean Rosa out of position number 10. Then we go back to the 6th row inside. That'll be Ethan Cooper on his outside. Devon Stove out of position 12 and JD Laird out of position number 13. So that's how they line up here for heat. Not a heat, it's a B main. This is B main number 2. And just like we've seen in the last race, 12 laps will be put on the board. And only the top 2 will advance from tonight's B main. And again, this will be for positions number 20 and 23. So outside of row 10, inside of row number 12. So I've already been given the pole shuffle order, and I can tell you what, there's some beauties in it. Looking forward to the pole shuffle races, but we've got to get through 2 more B mains. 12 laps on the board. We are green as Halliburton. Like we've seen so many times already from the cars on the pole position. They'll slide from the bottom to the top through 1 and 2. Well, the 71 right now, that is... I'm trying to think who that is coming through the field. That's Matthew Hurd. So they go 3 wide right now through turn number 1 and 2. McQuilkin slides up. Sorry, it's Mush slides up in front of McQuilkin as here comes Hurd. Down low, big slider, the daily double. Through turn number 3 and 4. Matthew Hurd now looking to move into position number 2. Meanwhile, bringing with him is the 777 of Brad Gardner. Mush slides up. Here comes McQuilkin through the middle. But, oh no, look out. There's contact between McQuilkin and Hurd. Both cars facing the right direction and still going. Here in B main number 2, Hurd slides up in front of Mush, but poor old Brad Gardner got shuffled out of that one. Meanwhile, JD Laird, look at him just roll the bottom side. Through turns 3 and 4, up 8 positions at the moment from 13th up to position 5. One thing that he's got on his side right now, a couple things. In fact, he's got time. He's still got 7 to run. But what he's also got is he's got these guys battling for 2nd and 3rd. And almost 4th. They are battling right in front of him. McQuilkin nearly catches the inside wall there, going down into turn number 1. Hurd down low into turn 3. That left front nearly kissing the concrete wall up on the inside. Here comes Laird now in the number 23 machine. Oh, McQuilkin tagged the back of the 23. Put him right through the slick into turn number 1 and 2. Now the time is starting to run out for JD Laird in the number 23. How far can he advance? Right now, it does not matter if he finishes 3rd. That's just a bit of bragging rights to say, you know what, I passed 10 cars in B main number 2. Right there is where you want to be. In Damon Mush's position. Laird is coming after him with 4 to run. There's your race leader just to the left of the screen. Keeps coming in and out. The 15 of James Halliburton. Mush once again. The more he battles with the race leader, the more time that gives JD Laird an opportunity to make this a potential 3-car battle. Look at everybody in the top 3 now. Run on the low side. The popsicle sticks are out. Just 2 circuits remaining around Lanier National Speedway, round number 15 of the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League. 1 to run. JD Laird is going to find something else. What has he got in his bag of tricks? He drives it a little deeper into turn number 1 and 2, but right now, I don't think anything is going to stop these top 2 from going through. Well, something did stop it, and it was JD Laird, so poor old Damon Mush, that was in the 12 machine. JD Laird just straight into the back of him into turn number 3 and 4 there on the final lap. Trying to take away that transfer spot. Probably wasn't the best move, but nonetheless, James Halliburton goes through to the main event, gets your second B-main victory here tonight. Let's take a look at those results. And home in second, well, Tyler McCook says thank you very much. I'll take position number 2, and he will lock himself into the 23rd starting position for tonight's 40-lap main event. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for B-main number 3. Starting on pole in car number 7, Hayden Cardwell. On the outside of the front row, Elliot Osborne. Second row inside for Take SRT, that'll be Blake Walsh out of position number 3. Position number 4 of Caden Brown. Position 5 will see Daniel Gow on the outside out of position number 6 of Murray Howe. Position 7 is Clayton Davies, and Damien Butler for United Sim Sports will start position number 8. Bailey Barnacote will start position number 9, and Joel Berkeley out of position 10. Callan Arthur out of position number 11. Lockie Horton out of position 12, and Kobe Dent rounds out the 13-car field. So how about this one? We've got Caden Brown. We've got 3 feature winners in this B-main, and only the top 2 are going through. Who will it be? Well, Caden Brown. You've got Hayden Cardwell, who starts on pole, and you would think that he's about $1.05 to win this B-main. You got Joel Berkeley from 11th, or you've got Caden Brown from position number 4. Let's see what happens here. Third and final B-main. Elliot Osborne. Wow, jeez. That car inside, and Cardwell spins around. And you know he's going to be PI55. ED is Butler now. Man, those BSL cars are in everything. Caden Brown leads right now from Blake Walsh for Tank SRT. 2 and 3 wide. Butler now along with Bailey Barnacote, and Barnacote looking to the inside, looking for that final transfer position. Got to get second. Here comes those Tinder machines, the 9 and the 7. Just watch them rip through this field. Caden Brown, he is gone. Now you see the Tinder cars starting to come into play right now. They'll nearly go 3 wide almost. Berkeley in the 7, just trailing the Berkeley in the 9, sorry, just trailing the 7 machine. 3 wide, Berkeley, Butler, and Walsh just in front of them. Berkeley, well, he's missing the front part of that cover. Cardwell trying to go low through turn number 1 and 2. Barnacote riding in second as Caden Brown. He's just ticking off the laps right now and potentially getting that car dialed in for our 40-lap main event. Oh, Berkeley and Barnacote come together. Barnacote goes off into the opening. Berkeley, the left front, hiking up out of turn 4. But right now, watching Cardwell come through the field once again, sliding up to the top of the racetrack. Osborne, now remember these two had their issues on lap number 1 in turn 1, where Osborne pretty much just turned straight down into Hayden Cardwell. And every time that I've started on the outside of the front row, there's always a car inside, but Caden Brown out by 2.6 seconds it is, 2.7 seconds it is right now, over what looks to be Hayden Cardwell in second as he'll catch the outside wall, the back straightaway, and gives Elliot Osborne a chance to come back on the inside. 3 to run right now for Brown and the rest of the field. The battle right now, second and third on screen. Cardwell through the middle to the top side of the racetrack. I'll tell you what, looking forward to the pole shuffle races. With how slick the track is at the moment, you just never know what is going to be produced. As Cardwell through the middle of turn number 3 and 4. He'll be up on the top side. He will have it there at the start-finish line. Now he tries to keep that car locked down on the bottom side, but there's Caden Brown. He is just gone in this one. Brown will get the win. Cardwell going to run the slider line. Through 3 and 4, it's Brown and Cardwell going through to the main event. Osborne home in third, Berkeley fourth, Lockie Horton rounds out the top 5, Butler, Dent, Walsh, Barnacote, Gow, and Howe, and Clayton Davies and Callan Arthur, who I believe didn't even grid, I don't think. No, he's 12 laps down. Clayton Davies, I don't think, well, he might have got crashed down on lap number 1, but there we go. B main at number 3 results. Brown and Cardwell going through. So Berkeley going to miss out, unfortunately. And last week's feature winner, well, he will not be able to go back to back. And, well, he did do it last week. He started 24th. And he got the win, but because of an incident that happened in the B main, he was unable to race for any points. Thanks, Floody. Thanks for coming out and supporting the Midget or the Russian Racing Midget Super League, buddy. First cars to come out onto the racetrack for the first pole shuffle race. Joel Battelle up against Darcy Wilson. Joel Battelle is 8th highest in the passing points and finishing points. Darcy Wilson is 7th, and Wilson looks like he has chosen the outside. Green flag from race control. 2 laps on the board. Loser starts 8th. The winner will advance to the next race. Wilson up on the top side. Battelle working down low. This may just be a telling sign for the pole shuffle races. Who knows what is going to happen. Not only in the pole shuffle race, but also what's going to happen in the 40-lap main event. Couple of turns to go for Joel Battelle. Good through the bottom into turn number 3 and 4. Wilson, he will start position number 8. Joel Battelle going to win pole shuffle race number 1. And he will advance to the next race to take on the driver. That is 6th highest in points, and that's him coming out of pit road. The 16 machine. The DMS Sim Sports MG Contracting number 16 machine of Lockie Beattie going to take on Joel Battelle. Two laps on the board once again. Beattie has chosen the inside line. Battelle been forced to the outside. Looking good through turn number 1 and 2 as Beattie pulls clear by about 3 car lengths down into turn number 3 and 4. Battelle now switches back to the low side, a little looser than expected. Out of turn number 4. 1 lap left to run for Lockie Beattie here. Looks like Joel Battelle, and they're going to move up 1 position from the original starting position. Lockie Beattie wins. Joel Battelle will start position at number 7. And out rolls a guy that knows how to find his way to the front in these pole shuffle races. The defending Midget Super League champion, also a Midget Speed Week winner as well. Bradley Oldfield, 2nd in the point standings after 14 rounds. Green flag is out, 2 laps. Oldfield, he is very good at keeping that number 51 machine on the bottom of the racetrack, and he'll do that. He'll slide up in front of Beatty. Beatty now getting back to his inside, but Beatty just got a little loose out of turn 4, just probably gassed it up just a little too much as Oldfield leads from Beatty. 2 car lengths down into turns 3 and 4. Cool, calm and collected. Bradley Oldfield going to move on. Lockie Beatty going to start position at number 6. And how about this for a race? Drivers that found themselves 1 and 2 a number of times last season. They found themselves 1 and 2 after season number 1 of the Midget Super League. And now they find themselves 1 and 2, but this time the roles are reversed. The United Sim Sports number 11 machine, Harry Stewart, takes on Oldfield. That's Bradley Oldfield. Loser will start position number 5. So there's a chance for one of these drivers to potentially move forward. Oldfield rolls the cushion through 1 and 2. Stewart down low. Oldfield's got it down into turn number 3. He'll slide to the cushion out of turn number 4. Stewart trying to come back on the inside, but Oldfield going to lead lap number 1. He protects the bottom side through turn number 1 and 2. Can Oldfield advance one more position? Stewart goes to the top, and Bradley Oldfield gonna win just. Stewart will start position number 5. Harry Stewart going back to pit road. And now we fight for the top 2 rows. The loser of this one will start outside row number 2. And out comes Todd Atkins in car number 36. See where Atkins is going to choose. Atkins is going to choose the inside line. Well, you give Oldfield a line on the top or the bottom. Oh, was that a false? That may be a false start. Yes, false start. No start that time by. Race control, we're going to call that one back. And the winner of this race will have a chance to fight for a front row starting position. Green flag is out. That was a much better launch from Atkins and Oldfield. Atkins down low. Oldfield through the middle. Here comes Atkins. Going to slide up, and Oldfield back to the inside. Atkins has got it. Out of turn 4. This time Atkins is going to go upstairs into one. Slide job by Oldfield. What a move there by Oldfield. What a good crossover. Oldfield tags the wall. And that just made the opportunity on begging Todd Atkins. Atkins will get the win. Oldfield only going to move up 1 position. He will start position number 4. Todd Atkins now has a chance for a front row starting position. He takes on Aaron Kelly. Aaron Kelly for DMS Sim Sports at MG Contracting number 18 machine. Looks like we're more than likely going to go around one more time potentially, seeing as though drivers get told to stop on the back straight away, and yet here we are into turn 3 and 4. No start, no start. So the winner of this one will guarantee themselves a front row starting position. The loser will start position 3. Kelly in the black and green machine. In car number 18 and Todd Atkins in the 36. The black and white entry upstairs. Atkins and Kelly side by side as Atkins got a good run through 1 and 2. Kelly with a big slide job. Atkins got tight, and thankfully he did. Otherwise, that could have been a very tough call for race control to make. Atkins down low. Kelly upstairs once again. Down the back straight away for the final time. Atkins stays on the bottom side. Kelly drives it in deep off of turn number 4. Aaron Kelly wins. Todd Atkins going back to pit road. And he will start position at number 3. And out rolls the driver that comes out highest in the points, standings, and passing points format. In car number 51, that is Bob King. Bob King coming out in car number 51. So this is for pole position. The winner will start position number 1. In fact, they will have lane choice. So if you win this race, you get to start wherever you want on the front row. If you want inside or outside, the final pole shuffle race of the night. The green flag is out. Kelly going to drive it up to the cushion already through turn number 1 and 2. Bob King was very, very good on the bottom side of the racetrack. He will stay just below mid-track there as King. Going to continue to lead lap number 1. What can Kelly produce here in these final couple of turns? But I don't think he's going to have anything for Bob King into turn number 3 and 4. Bob King will look to win the pole shuffle race. He does. He comes up. And rightfully so, Bob King will start on pole for tonight's main event. 40-lap main event. Aaron Kelly going to start position at number 2. And while we've got this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a quick break here on Ultimate Dirt TV and come back. We'll just play a couple of ads, pay a couple of bills, and get set for our 40-lap A main event.
My name is Steven Corpenos. I'm a senior web developer here at iRacing, and I work on the beta UI. It's funny because iRacing has been around for 10 years, but we want to keep delivering the best possible user experience to our customers, and we've found that the old UI isn't exactly what we're trying to deliver in 2018. We want to use new features and provide the best possible experience when using the sim. One of the projects that I've been working on is some custom heat racing configuration for hosted races. We've been listening to our customers. Everyone's been asking for custom heat races. Maybe you want to tweak a few things with the preset iRacing configurations. Well, now you can using the beta UI. So once you're at the home page of the beta UI, you just go to create a race. Then from there you go to your set race options. And you'll notice here under event types, you can actually choose heat racing. First, I'm going to show you how to create a new format from scratch. You can choose the number of entrants. And as you can see, when I made that change, the change was actually reflected on the right side in the graph. Also, you can use the estimated duration at the bottom of the graph when you're changing the length to see what the total duration of your event will be. In addition, you can customize every aspect of the session information, practice, qualifying, heat races, consolations, and of course, the final feature race. Because the beta UI allows us to develop features that are robust and complex, this feature will be exclusively available on the beta UI. Once you've made all of the changes, you can hit save. Say you forgot what you selected. You can always preview it using the preview format button. We are very excited to release the brand new heat racing configuration feature that will be available in Season 3 of iRacing.
Alright, welcome back ladies and gentlemen to Ultimate Dirt TV's coverage of the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League round number 15 here at Lanier National Speedway. We get set for tonight's main event, and let's take a look at our Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid, and apologies that it will not be correct on the screen. So I'm just going to go through from the back to the front. Starting position number 24, Hayden Caldwell on the inside. That'll be Tyler McQuilkin out of position 23. Lance Bateman will start position number 22. Caden Brown out of position number 21. James Halliburton out of position number 20. Brad Pascoe lines up out of position number 19. Stuart Patterson out of position 18. Darren Lord, position 17. Callum Davidson out of position 16. Kane Della out of position number 15. Jamie Higgs out of position 14. Justin Stolz, position number 13. 12th starter is going to be Brandon Thomas out of position 11. That's Jared Steen. Boyd Bowden will line up at a position number 10, and Cody Stidham will line up at a position number 9. At a position 8, it's Darcy Wilson and Joel Battelle at a position number 7. Lockie Beattie will start position number 6, and Harry Stewart will start position number 5. Bradley Oldfield will start position number 4. Todd Atkins will start position number 3. And your front row, Aaron Kelly at a position number 2, and Bob King on pole for tonight's 40-lap main event. So as the field gets set, hopefully we have the field set right now, and we are looking for a green flag this time by round number 15. 40 laps on the board, and we are green here at Lanier National Speedway. Who will take out the 15th round? Bob King, good through the bottom of turn number 1 and 2. Atkins running back there in third on the low side. You're watching Aaron Kelly in the black and green machine up on the top side. Here comes Oldfield now. Oldfield trying to come through the middle, and Stewart behind him as well. That's going to be a good battle, as we'll keep an eye on that throughout the rest of the night. And for the rest of the feature event, because that's the championship battle as well. Meanwhile, Atkins to the inside on King. Yellow is out first time tonight. Let's quickly go back and take a look here at your Wicked Cushion instant replay and catch a look here at what I believe is Darcy Wilson. See what happened here to the number 1 machine, just going upside down by himself. Bit of a hard hit. Therefore, didn't get to back on all fours. So that will be Darcy Wilson. He is OUT. He's out for the night. Darcy Wilson is done for the evening. So again, if you're liking what you see here on Ultimate Dirt TV, don't forget to hit that like and follow button on our Facebook page. And if you're watching on our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up if you're enjoying the coverage. Round number 15, we're back to rows of 2x2. Bob King has the advantage over Todd Atkins, Aaron Kelly, Bradley Oldfield, Harry Stewart, and Joel Battelle. The first 3 rows. Let's take that off because we don't need to worry about how many positions these drivers gained right now. King showing his experience right now. Goes right through the slick, just keeping those wheels underneath as Todd Atkins gets into the wall. Meanwhile, he loses 3 positions to Kelly, Oldfield, and Stewart. Oldfield up on the top side. Look at the left front, picking up in the number 51 machine. Comes through the middle of turn number 3, sliding to the outside concrete wall. And yellow for the second time here tonight as we've got, looks like Joel Battelle. Let's take a look Your Wicked Cushion instant replay. Shooting the Bunnings Warehouse number 29 machine has just slipped on an onion. Oh, just got into the back of Todd Atkins there, and poor Battelle got hit afterwards as well. And looks like he's going to be done for the night as well, seeing as how that car did not make it back onto all four wheels. So it looks like we've got a couple of casualties already out of this one. Looks like this field once again is going to come back up into rows of 2 by 2. So caution laps not counting here tonight. We should go back to lap 6 here, I believe. There it is. So still 35 remaining. So yes, 5 laps in. Although it says 6 laps, don't forget that first extra lap we didn't actually count. So green flag is out. Oh, sorry, not King, that was Kelly. Nearly tagged the back of Bob King in the 51 machine. Meanwhile, Stewart, well, upstairs on where he likes to be. Meanwhile, Atkins back up on the inside. They'll go 3 wide with Oldfield through the middle. Stewart upstairs. Good battle going on right now for that third and final podium position. Meanwhile, Kelly trying to get a run, but Stewart rockets nearly into the race lead. Oh man, if you don't think Kelly, his eyes just lit up, and he is just now going, well, you know what? That was a beautiful power move by Harry Stewart as King slides up in front of Stewart, but Stewart on the outside, and here comes Atkins up on the inside now. Kelly throws the slider on King. King going to work it back through the middle of the racetrack along with Bradley Oldfield. They went 3 wide on a turn 4. King shuts the door on Oldfield. Kelly tries to rail it upstairs, but Todd Atkins, he now rides in second position. Meanwhile, Oldfield and Kelly, they are trying to get by the 51 machine of Bob King. Meanwhile, Stewart out in front and looking to extend the championship lead and get one over Bradley Oldfield. As we start to get into a bit of a rhythm right now, we've gotten 5 laps in. Let's hope that we don't have too many more disruptions. Atkins now 3 wide for a brief moment. Returns 3 and 4. Atkins, King and Kelly it was. Kelly and King going at it once again. Oldfield's there. And have a look at the tank SRT number 91 machine of Jared Steen. He's found a slick setup and he's got that thing honking. Oldfield on the inside. Look at him just. The car gets tight, but he still holds his speed. Man, he nearly caught the inside wall as King tried to shut the door into turn number 1, but he threw the big slider on Kelly. 3 wide. The double slide job incoming. And look at the double crossover. Cardwell coming up now. Cardwell got into the side of King. King's going to go around. And looks like we might be going yellow here out of turn 2. For the moment, we stay green. Wow. King has got that car back going again. He's back to position number 13. Kelly, look at Steenie on the bottom side. Here comes Cardwell. Look at the car biked up on 2 wheels. Steenie a solid top 5 drive right now. There is the yellow flag. And it comes out for Caden Brown in the number 97 machine. After coming from the B main. Let's see what happened here. Oh, he may have just come down in front of Bob King. And, well, King, no place to go for King. And the number 97 machine ends up upside down. Let's take a look. Go back a little further on that one. So, King's definitely on his inside. Unfortunately for Caden Brown, upside down goes the 97. So such a brutal season, 15 weeks. The first part of luck is trying to get into the server. We've had these servers fill up very, very quickly. And then from that, you've got to hope that you get a good heat draw and hope that you get to transfer And man, I'll tell you what, come the end of the 30 weeks, we crown our second Midget Super League champion. Who's it going to be? Well, we've still got another 15 weeks after tonight to find that out. 24 remaining here at Lanier National Speedway. Stewart gets on the gas and, well, he'll go back to the top side. Kelly, big slide job. Steeny. Now, look at him. They're going to go 4 wide down the back straightaway. Atkins and Kelly, they make a little contact, and that allows Oldfield to slide up in front of Kelly. And they both kept it going. Kelly coming back at Oldfield and Steeny now coming after. But the battle is on for the race lead as the yellow flag flies. Oh man, just as this was getting interesting for the first 5 positions. Man, this is all happening right now. Let's take a look at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. Tyler McQuilkin in the number 509 machine just got a little tight, and I believe that was Baton who may have came back down the racetrack. We also had the 23 here of Justin Stolz having an unfortunate incident here. Let's take a look a little bit further back. Just gets into the back of Brad Pascoe in the 15 machine, it looks like. Yeah, that was a weird one there for the Vanderpool Racing number 23 machine. Yeah. Well, Justin Stolz finds himself around, and now he'll have to go towards the tail end of the field on that one. Tell you what, these boys are putting on a bit of a show right now. 4th yellow of the night, but man, we've seen some great racing between the first 18 laps. 22 remaining here at Lanier. Oldfield this time going to stay low through 1 and 2 as Stewart slides to the cushion. Here comes Oldfield. He wants to be there right now. Slide job incoming. Oh, Atkins has to check up a bit. Oldfield going to lead that lap. And Stewart now will throw the slide job back on Oldfield down into turn number 1 and 2. Look at Steeny now working the bottom on Todd Atkins. Atkins holding down the 3rd position right now, but it's the drivers 1st and 2nd in the point standings. And Harry Stewart takes back the lead there after 20. 20 down, 20 to run. Atkins powered around the outside of a slider from Aaron Kelly through 1 and 2. Look at these boys just put the right rear on the cushion, and they just let it sail around this 3/8 of a mile racetrack. Meanwhile, Oldfield back to the inside, back to the race lead momentarily, but Stewart, he does not want a bar of that one. Oh, Cardwell and Kelly. I think they both went around. Kelly went around. Different incidences. Let's take a look at the Wicked Cushion instant replay. And you'll see Cardwell. So it was in turns 3 and 4. So here it is. Let's just slow this down right here. So, oh, he caught the right rear of Jared Steen. He went around, kept it going, but then Aaron Kelly, poor old Kelly, man, he must feel hard done by about that one. Let's go back again. And that's what he may have seen, and just driving a little too hard down into turn number 3 and 4. And oh, that was Lance Bainton who came in hot there. Lights are out. We'll go back to lap 23 of 41. So 18 to go here at Lanier, and we just seem to be getting these 3 to 7, 8 lap runs before the yellow comes out. And I think for the 2nd or 3rd time we've had a single car yellow on the racetrack, but the green flag is back out here at Lanier. Atkins going to stay down low. Stewart once again slides up. This time Oldfield has got no choice but to run the top, and he will lose position number 2. Meanwhile, Steeny got some pressure from Cody Stidham in behind him. Brad Pascoe, Boyd Bowden, Kane Della, Bob King back into the top 10. James Halliburton also outside of the top 10. Meanwhile, challenge and change for the race leaders. Todd Atkins, he will lead. Stewart now Stays low through 3 and 4. Who's going to lead this one? Steenie coming after Oldfield. Stewart leads that lap. He'll slide to the top side in front of Atkins. Atkins trying to cut it back down to through the middle out of turn number 2. He almost thought about going for the slide, but Stewart, very experienced and blocking that one. Man, Oldfield, that left front tyre. Todd Atkins, how about that for a power move out of turn number 4? He took the race lead, but here comes Stewart. No doubt Atkins may want to go to the bottom once again as Stewart now. And this may leave the door open right now for Bradley Oldfield. As Oldfield, they'll go 3 wide at the start-finish line. Stewart, Oldfield and Atkins. That's the way they went across the start-finish line. Oh, Atkins and Stewart. Atkins slid up and Stewart goes upside down. Oh, boy. Man, race control, they've got a massive call to make here. Wicked cushion, instant replay. Let's see if Stewart gets that car back on all 4s. He does, so there's still a chance for Stewart, because had he not gotten that car back on all 4s, well, things just may have had a different story, and that points championship may just change. Meanwhile, it looks like Jared Steen is the new race leader. Brad Pascoe, Cody Stidham, Bradley Oldfield back to 4th. Kane Della rounds out the top 5. And there are some real unfamiliar names for some of the people that might tune in, but man, it's nice to see a different pace up front. 13 to go for Steenie. Can he get one for Tanked SRT? Cody Stidham. Can he take one back for the Americans? The green flag is out. Ken Cardwell, what can he do? Through 1 and 2. Steenie stays low. Stidham stays low as well. Oldfield now is coming back after into position number 3 as Justin Stolz now into the back of Oldfield. But it's Oldfield and Brad Pascoe, so it's Brad and Bradley side by side through turn number 1 and 2. Bradley Oldfield in the 51. As up to position 3 is Cody Stidham now. Slides through the middle of turn number 3 into the top side out of turn number 4. Here he comes, Cody Stidham up against Jared Steen. This time by out of turn number 4. We are 10 circuits away from wrapping up round number 15, and Jared Steen, heart must be in the mouth, and his heartbeat is probably thumping and pounding away here at Lanier National Speedway. The Nurse, will they get to him? Oldfield on the inside of Stidham now. Stidham drives it deep. Meanwhile, Cardwell's coming on the bottom side. Oldfield slides up in front of Stidham. Stidham just taps the rear crash bar of the 51 machine. There's your top 3 on screen at the moment. And Jared Steen, not trying to play favourites, but man, I would love to see Steenie go to victory lane. Oldfield nearly getting a little too sideways there in turn number 1 and 2. Certainly opens up the door for Cody Stidham. But Oldfield now is under attack from 2 Americans. Oh man, that was close there from Oldfield, because here comes Cardwell. He has rounded up Stidham, and now he comes after Oldfield. Cardwell, man, that thing is honking upstairs. You just get the feeling that Hayden Cardwell is going to take all the fun away from Jared Steen. 6 laps left to run. Cardwell went to the bottom side into turn number 1 and 2. Now tucks in line behind the number 91 machine. Maybe doesn't want to give the game plan up. Maybe doesn't want to spoil the party and spoil the element of surprises. Oldfield! Oh, Caden Cardwell! Man, talk about the grapefruits. Oldfield and Cardwell. They were certainly rubbing wheels down into turn number 3 and 4. Cardwell trying to swipe left on. Oh no, Cardwell up into the outside wall. We are yellow. And again, another big call for race control to make. It's almost like deja vu. Hayden Cardwell upside down. take a look here at your Wicked Caution instant replay. And surely Cardwell's got to get the most spectacular one again. So here it is. Let's slow it down again. And this is exactly what we've seen with Todd Atkins and Harry Stewart. Man, that was close once again. Unfortunately for Cardwell, just like Harry Stewart, just ran out of real estate. He did get hit after this one by Lockie Beatty, but unfortunately, he got stuck there on the top of the roll cage. So now, what that means, it means we have a single file restart. We go back to lap number 38. So we have just 3 laps remaining. And if you don't think Jared Steen isn't nervous, you got rocks in your head. Steenie, Oldfield and Stidham. 3 to run. He's just got to be patient. Who's attempting to run the cardboard line? Oldfield slides to the top of the racetrack. That just might be a bit of a break there for Jared Steen as we go into turn number 3 and 4. Stidham and Oldfield nearly tagged the back of the number 91 machine. 2 laps left to run. Oldfield now trying to play spoiler here at Lanier National Speedway. Here he comes down into 3 and 4. He pulls alongside of him Jared Steen, Bradley Oldfield. They race off for turn 4. That was close. I think Oldfield just had it. White flag flies. King and Cody Stidham as well battle side by side. Bradley Oldfield, Jared Steen down into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. Checking flag is out. Steenie on the low side. Oldfield on the top side, and Oldfield will win here at Lanier. Bradley Oldfield will get the win here at Lanier National Speedway. Let's take a look at those feature race results coming up on screen right now. Bradley Oldfield for United Sim Sports gets the job done ahead of the tanked SRT number 91 machine of Jared Steen and Cody Stidham. Going to round out your top 3 here tonight. We'll go through the rest of the results. Bob King 4th, Justin Stolls rounds out the top 5. Then we go back to Aaron Kelly, James Halliburton, Brad Pascoe, Callum Davidson, and Jamie Higgs rounding out your top 10. Boyd Bowden, Lance Bainton, Lockie Beatty in 13th. Tyler McQuilkin, Darren Lord, Harry Stewart, Hayden Cardwell, Todd Atkins, Kane Della, Brandon Thomas, Caden Brown, Stuart Patterson, Joel Battelle, and Darcy Wilson. The 24 cars and stars. But it is Bradley Oldfield who gets the job done here tonight. And we are going to go straight down trackside right now and chat to our top 3 here. Just go back and... I mean, what a race this was. From start to finish. We've already got our top 2 ready to chat to us, and let's go ahead and get the driver that comes home first place here tonight. It's Mr. Bradley Oldfield. And, well, is this a bit of redemption from last week, Bradley?
Oh yeah, for sure. This one feels pretty special, to race side by side with a lot of people during that race. It's just awesome fun.
How do you feel about taking Steenie's first feature win away from him?
Oh, I was just talking about it with them. He's one of them guys you can race week in, week out, and he's going to drive you real clean. So it's always good to race at such a high point in the race, such high up. But he a little bit gutted. You could hear it in his voice, but you got to do what you got to do, don't you?
Now, did you learn something from when Hayden Cardwell, in those last sort of 5 to 10 laps where Hayden Cardwell went around the outside, did you learn anything from that move that sort of elevated you into the number 1 spot?
Oh, Hayden's pretty special. He can pretty much run anywhere and be the fastest guy on track. But I I pretty much just had to try something because I wasn't going to get past Steenie on the bottom. But yeah, I just ended up trying the slider, and I just started getting a couple of runs, and it paid off in the end.
Well, after, we'll call it a disappointing end last week, you still managed to get 100 points, though, for Eldora. You finally grabbed one here at Lanier. It seems to be that once these tracks get very slick, and that 51 machine, we've seen it all last season, we're starting to see it this season again. Bradley Oldfield on the bottom side is just glue.
Yeah, I've sort of just been going back to my roots, really. Before, like, the start of the season, I was sort of trying stuff I'd never really tried before, and it wasn't really working. So right now I'm just going back to what I know and going back to the bases, and it seems to be paying off again.
Well, I would have said you couldn't have been any more dominating tonight, but look, you steal it away from Steenie there in that final lap. It was a hell of a race, Bradley. Congratulations on the victory, no doubt. I'm sure you got plenty of people to thank.
Yeah, first of all, I'd just like to thank Steenie on the race. You know, like, racing side by side with him is awesome. But just like to thank yourself for putting on the stream, Midget Super League for putting on the event as always, as well as my sponsors, Valvoline, Too Easy Finance, West End Mazda, Parramatta Isuzu, Origin Graphics, United Sim Sports for the continuous support they always bring me. It's really good.
All right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Bradley Oldfield there, home in first place. Home in second place tonight, and man, I almost want to give him the feature event if I could, but Jared Steen, how about that one? On a slick track of all tracks that you find yourself towards the front and come home second.
Yeah, Bradley Oldfield, look out in Wreckfest, buddy.
Oh, he's gone. That is a very determined man. Man, that must feel heartbreaking.
It was a good race. Yeah, I was pretty surprised at the bottom. Came in so well in the feature and the heat race, and it wasn't too good. But yeah, I just stuck down there in the feature to keep out of trouble, and yeah, snuck up towards the front.
All right, let's go through those, because those sort of final 10 laps, you were leading up until that last lap, of course. But once that yellow come out, did you think that it was in the bag, or did you know that you had a tough couple of laps ahead of you?
Yeah, as soon as I seen that yellow come out, I knew I was in trouble. I don't really go too good once I lose the momentum on the restarts. Usually, I drop back a bit, but sort of thought, oh well, I'm going to have to just do what I've been doing and not worry about it, and what'll happen will happen.
How were the nose in that last lap or two?
Yeah, it was pretty nervous. Just trying to make sure I didn't stuff up and hit the fence or do anything silly.
All right, buddy. Look, I shouldn't be playing favouritism, but I was actually hoping that you were going to win instead of Bradley, and Bradley's a teammate of mine. But look, we'd love to see you get your first win, but congratulations on this second place, Steenie. No doubt, I'm sure you've got plenty of people and some sponsors to thank.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank all the team at Tanked SRT, great bunch of guys, BA Crocs, Dirt Division, and if anyone wants to come on board, now's the time. And Ultimate Dirt TV for doing the stream, and all the guys at MSL for running it.
All right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Jared Steen home in second place, and we'll chat to the driver comes home third place here tonight. It's Cody Stidham. It's Cody. Well, congratulations on this third place finish here tonight, and well, that looked like a fun race to be a part of. Don't forget to unmute your mic.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, anyways, the track, kind of developed in a different kind of line than I expected. Going into that race, I haven't ran a midget since I think the Williams Grove race, and didn't expect any of that really. But glad to come home with the podium finish at the end of that one.
Talk us about how the racetrack was, because from what we've seen up here in the booth, it was slick from the get go. How were you able to make your way forward, and what kind of game plan that you had in play and that you set forward as well?
Earlier in the race, I kind of felt back to 14th, and I knew like at some point I'm gonna have to get going here. And once the fuel load started to come off, I felt better through the middle in 3 and 4, and then kind of the middle-ish in 1 and 2, and then it kind of developed into 3 and 4 where the slider line came into place. But I kind of waited until the fuel load to get off there, and started making the moves that need to be done.
Yeah, buddy, well, look, well done on a third place finish here tonight. You put a stellar drive in from position number 9. You move up 6 positions in tonight's main event, and you come away with the final spot on the podium. No doubt, I'm sure you got some plenty of people and some sponsors to thank as well, Kobe.
Yeah, I can't thank Fast Forward Media and their whole esports organization. Yeah, I can't thank them enough for what they do for me. And, first midget race in a long time, and we'll keep plugging away.
All right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Cody Stidham there, home in third place, and that wraps up your podium interviews and your post-race interviews here tonight here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Big congratulations, of course, goes to Bradley Oldfield, Jared Steen, and Cody Stidham. A big congratulations to everybody in the field that made this 24-car field an unbelievable night. Of course, big thanks to, of course, Rush Sim Racing, of course, Midget Super League, 87 Creative, Cush Clothing Company, and everybody behind the scenes that make all this possible. From doing points to admins to posters, everybody that plays a role in this league. It is the best league out there, one of the best leagues out there, the best midget league that you can possibly have here. Every Wednesday night right here on Ultimate Dirt TV, of course, live across Facebook and YouTube and live on the racing.com front page and the racing live page as well. You can catch all the races, in fact, on our Facebook and YouTube channel. And a big thanks to, of course, Wicked Cushion and World of Thunder Racing League for their continued support here on Ultimate Dirt TV. And until next time, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the management behind the scenes, this is Brett Wheeler signing off, saying good night. We'll see you in a couple of days' time.